hello, hello. Alright, I'm back with you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again for this another video. I'm gonna ask, before we go any further, if you could just click your subscribe button before you click off of this channel. Enjoy the video full, and you can show just how much you enjoy it by clicking your like button. I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd also share the video. Alright, let's get into it. So this video, all of my videos, I try to be candid, right? And I hear Phoebe opening the door, which is gonna make my point. So it's a soon come. Okay, I just want to finish doing this and then. Alright, soon come. Okay. Phoebe, you're not hungry. I soon come. I'm gonna make my breakfast. When I make my breakfast, I give you something to eat at that time. I soon come. Yeah, I make my video, I run out. Come.
You mean while you're making breakfast?
No, me give you some of whatever me eating.
So I have to bother you.
Okay, baby.
That's okay?
That's okay. Phoebe says sorry to bother you. And guys, it's so interesting that that happened, because this is kind of what I'm about to talk about. My idea for the next video, which was supposed to be this video, just get joke, right? Because it just never worked out, and I just decided to be candid. I was feeling exhausted. I still am feeling tired, and I just decided, you know, I'm gonna talk about my struggles as a homeschool mom. And let me preface that by saying this could be a struggle for you whether or not you are homeschooling. But I suppose being a mom, being with a child, in my case full time, all the time, you know, there are some struggles that arise. So yes, I am blessed. I am extremely blessed to be able to be home with Phoebe while I give her an education from home. But there are struggles, and I'm not gonna pretty it up to say, oh, homeschooling is sunshine, rainbows. You know, it's difficult. So for this video, I'm just gonna talk to you now about my struggles as a homeschool mom. I'm not sure if I'm gonna title them, list them, or just talk. I don't know, but stick with me, right? Okay, so I guess one of my first struggles would be choosing to do homeschool even when you're not in the mood. You know, for parents who have their children in conventional schools, I believe, you know, it's a more a cut and dry situation. You wake up in the morning, child's supposed to get to school by whatever time, and you know you're gonna drop off your child and you head to work, and you kind of have it, you know, you don't know exactly what's gonna happen throughout your day. You can't predict all that will happen throughout your day, but you kind of have it figured out. You know, you don't have to really be in a mood to drop your child to school. A particular mood to say, okay, see you later. But there is the truth about me that there are some days I am in no mood to teach. In fact, there are some days when my mood is really, I just want to be alone. And on those days, I hear Phoebe, what time are we gonna start homeschool? And you're like, oh Father, you know. And so that's the first struggle, choosing to do it even when you're not in the mood. And that could mean that your mood is that you just want to be alone. You just don't want to have to think. You just don't want to have to do much. You're just not in the mood, and that is a struggle I face on some days. So that's struggle number one. Yeah. Struggle number two, and all of them probably go sound like the same thing, right? Because they're all connected to me as a person, you know, what is happening in my mind, in my life at the time, whatever stressors I'm feeling. And struggle number two is just being patient with my baby, my little girl. And you can probably kind of understand how, if you're not in the mood to do something, but you go ahead and do it anyway, how your patience can really wear thin to non-existent. And there are days when I have to apologize to Phoebe because I lose my cool. Whether it be that I told her something, right? So I tell her, Phoebe, when there's one vowel in a word, so and so and so. So let me give you a real-time example, right? Or a close to real-time example. She's reading now, which I'm super proud of her. She's doing her three-letter words, or stories that have three-letter words in it, and words that have two vowels and one vowel. I'm gonna do a video about, you know, how I've taught her to read up to this point, and the vowel rules and all that kind of stuff. So Phoebe get the storybook, which is something that she can manipulate herself, right? And she applying her rules, she reading the story. She said J says J, O in this case says O, and she saw no Joe and whatever. Then Phoebe says, where am I again? And I said, Phoebes, whenever you finish sounding a word, put your finger there and then move on to the next word. Okay. She puts her finger there, she sound the next word, then she takes up back her finger and sound the other word, and she's like, where I am again? I'm like, I just told you where you are, and put your finger there. And up to yesterday, I was like, I am going to pull my hair out, because I just kept having to say the same thing over and over. I said, put your finger there. That is where you are. So you have to say you sound one word, and you take up back your finger, and you don't remember where it is. Right? I'm just getting one. And then I see her little face, and I'm not laughing at it, you know, but I'm just telling you. I see her little face, and her eyes start to well up with tears, and I'm like, baby, I'm sorry. She's like, why do you sound so mad? And I'm like, baby, I'm sorry, but I'm just tired of repeating myself. And I try to be honest with her. I say, I'm struggling. I know I shouldn't raise my voice at you like that, and I'm sorry. But I'm very, very exhausted, and I try to be honest with her. But it's just the truth, guys. It's the truth. It not sound good, but it's true. One of the things that I struggle with on some days is remaining patient with my darling girl. And I was saying to my sister the other day, I'm like, Jan, the amount of times in a day I have to apologize to Phoebe on some days, not all the time, but some days it's like apology after apology, because I lose my cool, and then I catch myself and I'm like, no girl, this ain't it, right? This little girl is not your struggle. It is you having to manipulate, or not being, or feeling like you can't manage everything well. That is a struggle, not this great blessing and privilege that you have, you know, in a daughter, and to be able to homeschool her. So that's one of my struggles, remaining patient with her as her mother and as her teacher. Number 3, and again, remember me say all of them feel like them connected. All of them a brother or first cousin, right? So number three is really trying to balance working and earning and homeschooling and keeping the attention of a child. It's a balance element of it. Now, we use the word balance a lot, and I don't really know what that look like. Because me always say something I go get. You not forget left, you know. But something I will get the short end of the stick. And sometimes the things rotate. So today this I get the short end of the stick, tomorrow something else is getting the short end of the stick. And so this concept of balance and trying to do my best at every single thing that I set out to do in a day is a struggle. We made the choice to homeschool, and it's not something that I intended or intend to do haphazardly, half-heartedly. It's something that I give my all, as with everything else that I do, with everything else that I get myself involved in. If I'm not gonna give my all, I'm not gonna get involved in it. That's just how I am. Could be a personality. I don't know if it's a personality trait or a personality disorder, right? When you're just like, I have to give it my best, I have to give it my best, I have to give it my best. Yeah, sometimes it come across like almost like it's a disorder of the mind and not so much so, just a simple trait or a blessing, right? And so it's like, to find that balance, you find yourself kind of pulling yourself in all sorts of directions, and then if the stress gets more, you lose your patience even more, and it's just me trying to find the balance of everything, trying to give everything my best shot, trying to aim for excellence every single time in every single area, and it's daunting sometimes. And so that's an area that I struggle with as a homeschool mom, to not let those other important areas take precedence over my role as Phoebe's teacher. And yeah, it hasn't been easy. Which is why it's so important to have a routine, right? I used to think that routines really were for children, and they're very good for children. Me as an adult, oh my, I need the routine more than anything else, because it helps you to just, if you know what the next step is gonna be, you just move toward it. You don't even have to think it through, so that you can get through even the things that you don't really want to get through on a particular day. So yeah, that's been a struggle for me, keeping everything in balance. Yeah, and as I mentioned about keeping everything in balance, I've had to learn this, and I still don't fully learn it, but I kinda get there, I think, is that things don't have to be perfect. Accepting that things do not have to be perfect. You don't have to beat up yourself. I don't have to beat up myself, and this is a struggle, of course. I don't have to beat up myself that, hey, I didn't do all of this today, with her as I intended to do. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since we've, reviewed the Spanish. Oh my goodness, and just trying to take it a day at a time and accepting that things don't have to be perfect. It's a struggle for me. It's a struggle for me, and as I'm going through it don't feel like I'm trying to aim for perfection, But sometimes my husband is like, Kim, just relax. He's not the only one who's told me that before, I've heard, Kimona, just relax. It's a struggle for me to relax. Maybe I need to see maybe I need to talk to somebody, right? Yeah, it's a struggle for me to just relax. It's a struggle, but yeah. Okay. The other thing is me questioning whether or not all of this is worth it. I know why I'm doing this. I have revisited my reasons time and again. I've revisited my why time and again. It's a big deal, But some days I question, is this really worth it? Is this making a difference? Is this the best way? And often, after much pondering, I always usually come down to, yeah, I can't see it no other way, at least not now. But there are days that I struggle with, is all of this worth it? When you have your child around you 24/7, it is far more than a blessing than anything else. However, you see that little bit of percent that don't come across as it being a blessing, it can really get magnified in your eyes, especially when you're already having a rough day. So somebody might be able to say, boy, I'm gonna get up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, and I'm gonna drop my child off at school, maybe get some time to regroup, even if you're going to like a 9 to 5 or whatever, but you get some time to regroup. And it's even something that if you're a stay-at-home mom and wife, it's something that you can end up resenting your spouse or your husband for. Not them personally, but just the fact that they're able to leave and go into a different environment and interact with other people, and you're just there with your child all the time. It is more of a blessing, guys, don't get me wrong, but some days I struggle to accept that this is the best thing that I could be doing with my time, and that is the truth about it. It is the best thing that I could be doing with my time. And even as I struggle with the question of is this worth it, just having Phoebe around 24/7 and being mommy, teacher, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, I find myself, especially as she's 4, but I feel like Phoebe is just like no longer my baby. She's still my little girl, still my baby, but I'm seeing her grow up, and it's very emotional for me. And I look at her, and it's like, even as I work through those struggles of saying, boy, this rough, this hard, Phoebe, just give me my ears, eat grass, I'm use the bathroom by myself, girl, I just need 5 minutes in the bathroom, right? I get that reminder so many times that it won't be like this for long, and it's not an assuring statement that it won't be like this for long. It's more of, whoa, I need to stay present, I need to keep the main thing in focus, I need to keep my child's well-being and her, watching her grow. That needs to be more of my focus than all the the little annoyances or the little things that's happening, because I know for a fact that it kind of already start already, that the day is coming probably pretty soon, and I will say, I wish I had Phoebe at this stage again, to see her, how she's thinking, how she's developing. So when she come in and she's like, can I get a hug? And you don't in the moment necessarily feel like you want a hug or you want to hug her, but you know the day is coming when you're gonna wish you heard again, mommy, can I get a hug? You like me get a little emotional. So this is me opening up about my struggles and acknowledging that anything good worth pursuing is gonna come with challenges, it's gonna come with some sort of resistance. And my conclusion is that I am blessed more than anything else, more than anyone else, to be able to push through the struggle, because the blessing of homeschooling and what it offers me for being with my child, as her mother, as her teacher, as her friend, is something that no matter what I wouldn't trade for the world. And so I'm gonna wrap this here. It's just a brief video, but thank you so much for watching. If you are a mom, a dad, a homeschool parent, a non-homeschool parent, I know you can definitely relate to some of these struggles, and you're not alone. We all have our struggles. We're all trying to be the best for them because they deserve the best. There's no parent who will look at their child and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you the worst. Well, unless that parent is a little, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But we all want best for our children, and we just have to encourage each other to push through the struggles, because there's a day coming when they will be the adults, they will be the parents, and we would want to deal with them in a way that they can pass on and learn to love their children and nurture their children the way we have loved and nurtured them. So again, thank you for watching. Please again subscribe to the channel and please like this video if you have enjoyed it. Until we link up again, until we see each other again, take best care. Bye bye.